Hello, and thanks for joining us on this maiden edition of Prime Politics. The political terrain heads for the climax of action in about a month. Can you believe that? The 2019 general elections are that close. On this show, Prime Politics, we'll be taking an in-depth look at some of the key issues and stakeholders essential to the success of this exercise. I'm Ladi Akiridoluale.
That's right, and I'm Ijoma Onyato. Thanks for joining us. Now, every Friday until the polls are concluded, we take a look at the hot topic. We break it down with the help of experts in the field so you can make sense of it. We'll have a live studio audience as well, who are not just observers. They will share their thoughts on the issues, kind of like instant feedback or something like that. Now, let's welcome our live studio audience right now. A little bit louder, please. Thank you. And of course, we have you at home following us online and real time. Now, today we're kicking off the series with a look at the role of election monitors, civil society, observers and party agents in the conduct of the elections. These are very important people in the process, no doubt. But why?
Now, to shed some light on this, we're being joined on Prime Politics by Professor Chidi Odinkalu, the former chairman of the National Human Rights Commission. We have a human rights activist, Adilaja Oshoba, as well as the national coordinator of the Women's Situation Room, Joy Onyeso. And joining us from our Abuja studios, we have the chairman of the Monitoring, Planning and Strategy Committee of INEC, Mohammed Lekki. Now, before we dive into the discussion straight, let's take this background report from our correspondent, Olu Phillips.
91 political parties, over 40 presidential candidates, much more for the position of State and National Assembly, 119,973 polling units, 8,809 wards, 360 federal constituencies, 109 senatorial constituencies, 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. That's how much the political space has opened up. From the desk of the Independent Electoral Commission, 84 million voters have been registered following the conclusion of the continuous voters registration exercise, which happened last year. And from all statistics, these numbers are up from the engagement for the 2015 election. The fear is that idle PVCs can be recipe to inflate votes. Election monitors really have their jobs cut out for them. Who are these monitors and how impacting can their role be on an election? According to the United Nations, election observation is a valuable tool for improving the quality of elections. Observers help to build public confidence in the honesty of electoral processes. Observation can also promote and protect the civil and political rights of participants in elections.
This is the way the ballot papers actually...
So, for the 2019 election and in the days leading to today, observers and monitors have been active and actively engaging the umpire in relation to the processes. Issues have been played up, some elevated to the position of concerns and talking point.
The institutions of state, whether it is the broadcasting institutions of state or the security agencies or in the Electoral Commission, must not be used to advance the cause of an incumbent.
Elections will be held in 6 geopolitical zones, including parts where peace is reportedly fragile. So you ask, will these monitors spread their duties and coverage to such areas? What's the implication of doing so or leaving it out? Considering the roles and credibility their roles bring to electoral processes, is there a likelihood of compromise of results from uncovered areas? On aggregate from stakeholders, security has been a point of conversation. The concerns have also been expressed by INEC.
Some of the security personnel has become a major issue of discussion, and I must also say that a major source of concern to the Commission.
It might be true that we still have some challenges in the policing space as a result of the criminal elements adopting new methods to beat our strategies. The good news, however, is that as they are changing their modus operandi, we are equally changing our strategies to defeat them in the fight.
Recently, some state governors want more apparatus in security composition ahead of the elections. They've complained of banditry, kidnapping, and scores of wanton killings. Is this something to worry about? The ballot papers will contain the name and logo of over 90 political parties. Are we having enough education, whether by simulation or a community-based campaign, as preludes to a successful outing? Are these monitors doing enough in this regard?
You can only imagine, the way I will, what the ballot paper is going to look like. Not only will it be clumsy, it will also inflict on us a situation in which we may find it very difficult, if not impossible, to conclude the counting of the vote.
For the political parties, how many of them can really bankroll the process of having their interests protected in terms of agent deployment? With over 40 presidential candidates in the race, can these parties afford one agent in all polling units across the country? For instance, if the allowance for each agent is put at 5,000 naira for the election monitoring, multiply that by 119,973 polling units, that's a whopping 599,865,000 naira. Well, your guess is as good as mine. On the days of elections, starting with the Presidential and National Assembly, given the number of parties vying for a seat, will accreditation, voting, and counting stretch longer, considering the large number of political parties? 5 categories of election monitor and observer groups can be identified: diplomats, international agencies or organizations like the Commonwealth, international non-governmental organizations, NGOs, local NGOs, civil society organizations, CSOs. The last falls within the category of mass organizations like labor, professional associations like those of doctors and academics, and financially self-reliant faith-based organizations. Already, the African Union Commission says it will deploy both short and long-term election observer mission to monitor the 2019 general elections in Nigeria. The continent of Africa and the West held their breath in 2015 when Nigeria held elections, to which the incumbent respectfully conceded. 4 years on, following that peaceful outing, in 2019, rather than a breathtaking process, can we have and celebrate another peaceful election? Olu Phillips, Channels Television News.